another episode of New Talk. Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a while, but that's the. I'm not even going to talk about that. Let me just do like I didn't know that it's been a while. Long time no see. Today I have with me. See, let me just put it this way. If you want to be a YouTuber in Southeast, most especially Enugu, and you don't know her, I don't think you're ready for your YouTube career.
No.
Pack your camera, pack your phone, just sit down and go and rest.
Go
Because
back home.
this is an OG in the game. Like, she's been there, done that.
Really?
Yeah, she's
Have
been.
I?
Do you know how long it took me for you to get on this couch? Do you know how long I've been booking appointments since?
Well, that's true, but not because of that. You know the reason.
You see, she's even too busy. And another thing. That's why I say she has been there, done that. So today I have with me Chief Vera.
Hi.
Why is there Chief? I've never understood why
there
there's
is Chief? Actually, it's an aspiration. I hope to be a titled chief someday.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That would be nice. This red letter. You write letter to your Igwe now.
Not
something
really.
like
I
that.
don't think so. I think it comes by merit. So maybe if you've done a couple of things and they want to honor you, yeah. But other times, because the way things are changing, you might as well like buy it, influence, and say, you know what, I can afford it. Get me that. So either ways, but I just want to be a titled chief. So right now, let me just keep calling myself chief until it materializes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cute. Oh well, today we're going to be talking about something that young people go through. If you're young and you're going through this, I feel you, bro. I feel this is. I'm currently going through it. If you've gone through it, you don't know what the Lord has done for you. And PSA, you're probably going to go through this. And yeah. So as promised, I promised that I was going to talk about my experience and basically what young people go through.
Okay.
So I graduated last year, which you know.
Congrats once again.
Thank you very much, even though it's not yet official because my school don't want to release lists. But it's okay. All I know is I've dropped pen. So now
You're not
na
writing
sabi.
exam.
I'm telling you, so now na sabi. And I feel like most people don't really pay attention to this particular thing I want to talk about. Any interviewer now that would meet you would be like, oh, Chief, you've done this, you're a YouTuber, a successful YouTuber, you're working with this, working with that. You know, you're good in you're not good, take that back. You're great in your own lane. And one question they will probably ask you will be, oh, how did you get here? And you give your answer. And that question is what practically every interviewer asks the person. But there is a step that I feel like people always miss and people don't talk about. It's the step, it's the Oyibo, don't feel me. It is the decision to get to where you are.
Okay.
I have never been confused in my entire life.
Yeah,
The way I am confused at this stage, because like I would say, I'm young, so I believe that I have the luxury to take my time, try out different things career-wise, and see what works and what doesn't work. But at the same time, especially with the way country is going, if you're not careful, you're going to be 34, you're going to be a poor man.
Yeah, you
So,
lose the time too.
Exactly. So you're caught in between, okay, what do I do? And how do I not make mistake? And how am I sure that this is the right thing that I want to do? And what if 3 years down the line, this is not paying? Especially now that AI is taking over
a lot of things. Everything
taking over Ebu. And okay, this is people's opinions too. Because the mommy will call you, okay, now that you're done with school, get a 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 might not be your thing. Okay, let's say you want to do a 9 to 5. What is the available 9 to 5? Because if you're in Nigeria, you know that a 9 to 5 that you did what you studied in school might not be your 9 to 5.
Yeah, most likely.
Exactly.
It's always the case.
Then if you talk about skill, if we're being honest, to have a skill is good, but not everybody would. Some people might prefer 9 to 5 over baking or over hairdressing and all of that. So now you're going to teach me and you're going to teach them, because I am so confused. I don't know what I want to do with my life. Nothing at all. Okay. I'm just there.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say that You're right when you said that this is something everybody goes through. That's the fact. I went through it. In fact, I'm still going through it. It doesn't end. The only difference is that
Calm down.
no, no,
It needs to end.
no, it doesn't end. But I was coming to the only difference is that it gets to a point where you are well informed or better informed. So you are taking better decisions because of the information you have. And there are things that sort of, sometimes choice or confusion comes when there are lots of choices.
Sure.
But it comes to a point in your life where you don't have a lot of choices. So it's either this or this. So there's not thinking too much to it. So that is what sort of makes it or gives us that illusion that the confusion stage has come to an end.
Okay.
But it doesn't come to an end because even as a parent, you're also going to be confused as to what school do I put my child, what do I allow him do, and all that. So the confusion, it comes in phases. I mean, there was a time we were all bothered about our JAM results. There was a time we were bothered about where we're going to serve, where we're going to do internship and all that. So the struggle continues, but it's just access to either information, resources, and whatnot. So when it comes to career choosing as a young person, I'm not going to lie to you and tell that there's a template. Do this, do this, do this. It works that way. There's usually no template. But what I advise people to do is to take the risk. What is the worst thing that would happen?
You will be poor.
No, poverty is actually the worstest thing that happen because poverty puts you in another class or realm of pain that I wouldn't want anybody to experience. But the worst thing that would happen is probably you don't excel in it. And because you're young, like you pointed out, you can always switch. But I get the fact that there's also this pressure of you want to be probably in Forbes 30 under 30, and you're looking at yourself, you have like maybe 5 years down the line, and you're thinking, this thing I want to do, would it put me on that pedestal? Would it do this? Would it do that? So what I would say is something that is similar to a template is to look at yourself. Have an introspection of yourself. What am I good at? What am I capable of doing? What can I do? And how long will it take me to do that? Do you understand? This gives you a perspective. It narrows down the choice. Because the truth is, if they should put you into fishing, you might be a good fisherwoman.
Sure.
If they should put you into anything, you would excel in it. You may excel in it, but you can't be everything. You can't do everything. So you just have to come down to that decision as to, who am I? So what helped me was this. I left school. I mean, I did the whole medical dentistry, blah, blah, blah. But at some point, I realized, okay, when I was doing my distance, I realized that hospitals were not really my thing. Unlike when I was younger, I wanted to be there. I remember the first few weeks I resumed job, like, I was almost depressed. I'll come home, I'll sleep, and I'll just feel so angry. My dad will ask, what's the issue? I keep telling him the cases we saw today, how people were suffering, and the fact that I couldn't even help as much as I wanted to. So I just knew that it's either maybe as a caregiver, I'll break down, both of us will be crying, I'll be crying my patient too. Whoever that finishes off first to wipe each other's tears and all that. I also found out that routine work is not for me. Routine by say, as a secretary, you come into the office, that planned life, I will get bored over time. So I knew that some kind of office work wasn't for me. Then what was the other thing I felt I could do? I also realized that I also have this liking or passion or whatever you want to call it towards media. I wanted to speak to people, I wanted to inspire people, whatever way. What I was doing then was just writing. I was writing on Facebook. I owned a blog site at the time, making a few money from it. So I said, okay, if I should continue in this thing, what are my chances of growth? So you also have to check the scalability of what you're doing. Because sometimes you also need to tell yourself the truth, because sometimes the things we like, we may not be able to scale them. We might just be that average Joe in that thing. But it boils down to your personal decision. What do you want out of it? It's not bad being an average Joe. All of us will not be the Chimamanda, will not be Obama, will not be president.
Yeah.
But in your own area, what differences are you making? Are you even happy with what you have? So I checked what is the scalability. So I had to even research. At the time, bloggers were the in thing. I mean, that was the time Lindy Cage was making waves. Stella Demococos, Uche Pedro. Then when you look at the foreign bloggers, you see Paris Hilton. People were like, you saw that there was an actual money. This is an actual career that you can make out of yourself. So I said, okay, even if I ended up being a blogger for life, I can make something out of it. I can even become an employer of labor. I can get people who would write for me, would scale this thing, and even do the media thing I was talking about and all that. So because at the time I wanted to go full into media, but they were telling me that I have to have some experience in mass comm. I was like, is it I have to go back to school after spending what I spent to study that and all that? I mean, it also boils down to, it also brings you to having the right people to talk to, mentors, because the person I spoke to there said I need to have at least radio experience. And then when I spoke to the radio people, they're like, what's the background, what did you study? They couldn't relate that you could come from a medical or science field
into this
to
media
radio.
field, yeah.
So that was it. So the people at the time sort of discouraged me, because if I met people who were more open-minded, they would have led me on, and perhaps today I would have been in a better place, who knows, than where I am. So you don't always have to do your research, introspection first, find right mentors, people who are open-minded, people who know better than you are, and people who do not limit themselves. Because there are people who are doing great things, but they're not risk takers.
True.
So, but if you're able to see somebody who would, because there are people that will look at you and see what you are made of. They'll see your potential even more than you. You are looking at yourself like, I can't do this, but they already know that you, with this your brain, you can do this. So these are the people that would help you. So instead, just look for people who are well informed. That's just the English. Look for people who are well informed. They will give you better information. It's like asking me, how do you go to Saudi Arabia? I don't have any information. The only time I tell you, hey, that Muslim country, just be ready to be tying your hair every time. That might discourage you. But if you see someone who is well versed in the whole immigration traveling thing, this will give you options. And then, so it's always good to do the introspection. Find someone who is well informed. Discuss with the person. Share your dreams with the person. Now, look at that thing you want to do. What's the scalability? What do you want out of life?
Okay.
Do you want to do the 9 to 5 job, grow, become a director or whatever? That is a very easy thing. Although it's not that easy as we say, but that is also a good thing. Or do you want to be on your own doing something? So in my own area, I was able to research, do that, say that this thing is scalable. Let's start doing that. So it was in my point of writing that, and the people discouraged me. So I felt that for me to even delve into media properly, I needed some degree. So I stopped looking. I started looking inward. What can I do on my own? And thanks to social media, I was able to start doing what I started doing. Thanks to YouTube, I was introduced to YouTube. I mean, whoa, I can talk in front of camera, reach wider audience, and even make money off it. I'm like, what are we talking about, right?
Yeah.
So I started doing that. I also started researching about YouTube, about what is the prospect. So that was when I started reading up on people who, at the time, there was something going on. They say YouTube celebrities. So it was on foreign blogs actually, but they were like asking if YouTubers who have lots of following are real celebrities. So it was like an argument. But at the end of the day, they were able to come up with the fact that these people are actually celebrities in their own right, because they're able to influence a certain number of people. A lot of people know them, and they're doing great things, earning big money. So I was like, okay, so if this person can earn this money, this big, off this thing, that means it's also possible. Then also looked at the possibility or the profitability in my area, in Nigeria and in Africa. I'm like, this is something I can do, and scale it, use the money, invest here and there, have my own time. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So these are the things that would help you. There is no clean formula to it. Another thing is also, while you're at it, also open your mind for evolution. Some things might change, opportunities might come in, and if you feel that the opportunity would either help you get faster to your destination, take it and keep running. Because right now, aside from doing my YouTube, I currently work with a TV channel which is still media related. So it's giving me the opportunity to network and to gain more experience that I would have maybe not gained if I'm still working alone. It has its own downside, but I'm also looking at the positive side. So that is how you're able to, conquer this and make something out for yourself.
Okay. I feel like you just spoke to me directly, because I'm at this point where Jesus knows that never in my life will I carry paper and pen and say I want to go and do accounting. That phase of my life has ended, and I've said it 1,000 times on this channel. I feel like if I had sense then, I don't think I would have studied this course.
Yeah.
So I'm turning between, okay, should I go back and for masters do mass comm? But then the other, my other friend I've been talking to, she's like, you don't really need mass comm. Just know how to talk, know how to engage with audience, and then you're good. And I'm looking at myself, I'm like, can I really do this? Can I not really? I'm just torn in between. But then, another thing is, you know how people will say, "Oh, look at yourself. What are your talents?" I don't think that's an easy question. Oh. Let's not rely on the fact that some people do not actually know what their talent is through no fault of theirs. Because I feel like for you to discover what your talent is, you have to probably.
I've tried several things.
Thank you very much for you to know what you're best at and for what you're okay at. So for somebody that maybe their typical life is, if you grew up in a Nigerian home, you must go to school from primary school, secondary school. Your parents do not want you to work or try anything. Go to university. Don't work or focus on school.
Yeah.
So they've not had that opportunity to try out things and see, okay, what am I good at? So for somebody in that situation who doesn't know what talent it is they have, what advice would you give that type of person?
All right. What I would say to that person is to look at the trends. What is going on around you? That is what will matter. Nobody will come and ask you what's your talent if they want to employ you or give you money.
Sure.
They'll ask you what value are you bringing in. So look at what is trending around you. So you made mention of AI taking over things and all that. That is true. It might get to a point where we don't have to do a lot of human contact or human things, or it may not. But if you're looking around and people are going into tech, people are going into medicine, people are going into professional courses and all that, and you want to still sit out hoping to discover your talents, I'm not sure you're doing yourself a good thing. So what you need to do is to find a way and find yourself, fix yourself in one of these moving industries.
Okay.
Back in the day, for our parents, they raised us that way because they also grew up in an era of when you finish school with good grades, jobs are there for you.
Yes.
So all they focused on was getting good grades and getting jobs. But right now it has moved. I mean, in your department, you guys may be up to 500 or 1,000 that graduated your set with the same certificate. But now in that accounting that you want to leave, there are areas that is the main thing now.
Yes.
A lot of people have moved maybe from hardware or whatever kind of accounting to the software.
Yes.
So you can't sit out on it and say, I'm waiting for my talent. No, go there. In that course of pursuing that and adding value to yourself and to your environment, the talent will come. Okay. The talent might be that you are very good at mathematics or solving complex data and using Excel to do all that. That will not become a bonus. But you can't sit out and not try anything and say you're waiting for talent, because the truth is time and trends are passing and you need to hop on one and do what you have to do.
Okay.
Regardless, even though.
Fair. That's amazing. So for those of you that don't have talent, like me, I have talent. I take that back because I think this conversation has led me, because as of this morning, I wanted to go and start doing gym instructor. So I think this conversation has kind of placed me on a path. At least I can take it up from here.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to those in school currently? Because I feel like if I had started something while I was in school, I take that back. I actually started this YouTube channel when I was in school. But if I started earlier, I probably wouldn't be as confused as I am right now. So what advice would you give to those in school?
Okay, for those people in school, I would say one thing is network as much as you can. You see those free seminars, courses they do for students, because the truth is, as a student, you'd have the liberty or luxury of hiding under the cloak of, I'm a student, you don't have money. These people will still pity you, people will still do free things for you, people will still give you free opportunities.
Yeah.
So I think in school, unless you are in the category of people that have decided you've seen it all in the course you're currently studying, you know that there is nothing this thing would add to your life.
Yeah.
Leave it and maybe start trying out other things. That's, like I said, things that are on trend. If it's content creation, if it's video editing, if it's tech, if it's even healthcare, whatever it is that is moving, that is what people want. Because businesses move or people are in demand when people need their services. Yeah. You can't tell me that right now that as a typewriter operationist that you're making it in life. It's not possible. Nobody uses typewriter.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you can't be stuck there and say my talent is typing with typewriter. Or do you possible? You're deceiving yourself. So we've moved from that era. So that is how I want people to also move with trends. But if you're still in that condition or the position where you're not yet sure of what your course offers, please take those courses. The conferences, what that does to you, that it opens your eyes to opportunities in that area. Because the truth is, we go to school, sometimes they don't expose us to all of it.
Yeah.
We are limited to what they teach us in class, but sometimes you don't even know that because of what you are studying, if you apply this and this, you can even get yourself a good job in a multinational, for instance, or you can stand a chance to offer XYZ skill. But they do these things in conferences, because people who anchor these conferences are people who are way ahead of you in experience and the real life thing. So if you're able to do that, attend the whole thing, volunteer as much as you can, you're expanding your network, you're expanding your knowledge base. When you graduate, you are graduating ahead of your colleagues who are just stuck in doing the academic work.
Yeah.
That way it gives you a clearer vision, like you have a 360 knowledge of, okay, this is what this course is about. You know what? I'm not cut out for this. Let me face this world.
Yeah.
As opposed to, because some of us had to come out after school to even think of our life. But this is giving you the opportunity to think of your life as you are doing it.
Yeah.
So you are doing it and you're like, you know what? For me to get to this point, I have to do my master's. So immediately you are finished, you're already applying for your master's. As opposed to coming out and thinking, should I or should I not?
Yeah.
If you feel that is not it for you, start doing other things. Start volunteering. Before you know it, your CV has improved as a student. Your network too has improved. Your skill too, depending on what you've decided for yourself. So as a student, I'm not asking you to play truancy, but expand your activity. Do not be a triangular student. Don't go class, house, hostel, do more extracurricular activities. It's going to help you build you as an individual and build you career-wise.
Yeah. My mother said, pass them, go through school and let school go through you.
Yeah.
I passed through school and let school pass through. Wish I took that advice. Anyhow, I'm going to wrap it up here because I didn't want this conversation to be like a very long thing. I know that this is something that so many people are going through, e.g. me. So everything you said just hits it's right where it's supposed to be. So thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to her YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed, I don't even know what you are doing. I don't know how to help your life. See now, small 10 minutes conversation. They've already helped you. So if you are not subscribed to her channel, I don't know what you're doing. But I'm going to leave her social media handles down in the description box and on the screen, so that you can go follow her on Instagram, Twitter,
everywhere.
Exactly.
And
everywhere.
Subscribe to the channel, to help the ministry, and also subscribe to Jess's channel. I mean, we need to get monetized. We need to start shopping in foreign currency and all that. And she's really working hard towards bringing value with her channel. So please make sure you subscribe, support her, share this video. And if you have more questions, drop it on the comment section. I will check back and reply. And we'll help ourselves become better, right?
Bye bye. I'm not doing outro again. Bye.